Did you know that the Portuguese built their empire on Chile? We all know Columbus for discovering the New World, but few realize that the Portuguese built their empire on what Columbus unknowingly brought to Europe. With his second voyage in 1494, Columbus brought chili seeds back to Spain, but they were grown in Christian monasteries for 3 years, overlooked by most. Meanwhile, the Portuguese were watching closely. Unlike Spain, Portugal saw the real power of chili, not in Europe, but in the legendary Spiceland of the Tamils. So in 1497, Vasco da Gama was sent east, carrying chili with him. By May 1498, Vasco da Gama arrived in the ancient Tamil lands of Cheras, unknowingly launching the post-Chile era of curry. But before Chile could take over the spice trade, it faced resistance. King Zamorin of Calicut, the ruler of the Spice Kingdom, expelled Vasco da Gama from his court. Why? Because chili posed a direct threat to black pepper, the flagship merchandise of his kingdom. The Portuguese didn't just trade black pepper, they spread chili across the Asia, fueling their empire's dominance in the spice trade. They introduced chili and many new vegetables to their Tamil colony in Kayts, sparking a curry renaissance. From there it spread to Malacca, Indonesia, Japan, Thailand, China, Africa, and Brazil, transforming chili into a global phenomenon that reshaped cuisines and economies across continents. It was during the 16th century that Tamil words like curry, mulligatawny, poppadam, congee, rasam, and mango entered the English language through the Portuguese. At this time, the English East India Company had not even been founded. It wouldn't exist until the 17th century. As you can see, curry has a rich history that predates both the British and British India. This is precisely why the Indian curry brand is losing customer trust. Consumers today have far more information than they did in the 1980s, when the BBC misrepresented Tamil curry and promoted Indian curry instead, reducing a long and rich history of curry to less than 200 years of British colonial influence. They failed to acknowledge that other Europeans, namely the Portuguese, Dutch, Danish, and French, had been trading with the Tamils long before the British arrived. All of them established trading posts in the Tamil coastal region, historically known as Curry Mandalam Zone or Coromandel. The BBC didn't even acknowledge the existence of another British colony, British Ceylon, where Tamils lived, one of the 2 traditional Tamil habitats. This historical oversight must now be corrected to protect the £5 billion curry industry and the livelihoods of over 100,000 workers. But what if Columbus had focused on chili instead of gold? Columbus died feeling mistreated by the Spanish king, while Vasco da Gama was honored by the Portuguese king. Both were instrumental in building empires, but they took very different paths. One searched for gold and failed. The other picked up what the gold seeker overlooked, chili, and turned it into something far more valuable than gold. But what if Columbus had focused on chili instead? Would there have been a Spanish empire in Asia rather than a Portuguese one? The history was to be written differently, right? Please comments below and check the description. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Thanks you for watching. Check the description to join the webinar to explore more on Tamil curry, its history, wild horses of Delft and the Tamil curry masterclass.